the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all don't speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans getting locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died, y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew, you a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dum-dum, a gun die or die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We was slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth, I had to make it clear. How Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947, your menorah got 9 sticks, it's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world, Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs. Bunch of thieves and culture vultures, ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you live there. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, it's the Feast of Purim. UPK undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bastard, they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi, why he get them babies herpes? I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody try to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, that's what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'd punch you in person. I know this an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ, they the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas, they a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth, niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4, I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's absolute proof. Now you got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are.
Hey, Shalom. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Barak Atham to all the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Al Atham Hashem Yahushai to all the sisters. I'm Priest and Officer Commandant holding it down for Southern California, also as well for Vegas. This is the Lashawan Qadash. We are the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of North West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. And since 1969, we've been teaching the truth, we've been defending the truth, and we've been saying that the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. So the Lashawan Qadash, right? The Lashawan Qadash, this class is not modern Hebrew. It's not Yiddish. It is not what is taught in the oppressor's university. This is the class where you're going to learn the Lord's pure language, the purest form in Hebrew, right? Taking it back to the language that the Lord used to speak to Adam. Taking it back to how Abraham used to pray to the Lord. Taking it back to how Yahweh used to teach his people, right? Just like how through colonization, captivity, right, we lost our language. And this class is going to give you back something about you that has been snatched and taken away by the force of the sword, and that is your identity. This class ain't just about Hebrew language. This class is about learning who you are, right? So lock in, right? Take notes, repeat after me, and most important, apply it to your everyday life. All right. So again, Salaki, let me go get my opponent. Salaki. So the Lashawan Qadash. These characters up here on the top row, these are the ancient Hebrew characters. Same characters that King David used to write his name in, right? You didn't see King David using these characters. These characters are not the characters that King David used, right? Where you would have a da, a wa, and a da for King David's name. He sealed his name with these characters up here. That's how you have the shield of David, the Magan Dawadat. Use the Assyrian characters, right? These characters here, King David did not use those characters. He used the ancient Hebrew character, the Magan Dawadat. Why do I say that? Because you have a bastard out there who sees so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American wearing the shield of David, and they have the audacity to ask us, why do we wear the shield of David? When they don't even use the ancient Hebrew themselves. They come and question us who we are. In order for you to know to respond back to that question, you first must know who you are according to the Bible. And the IZPK is teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans how to identify themselves according to the Lord, according to the Most High Power, not according to being called Hispanic, so-called Negro. We are not that. Native American, that's not our given names by the Most High Powers. I mean, so like by the Most High Power, right? We were given an identity, and our identity comes from our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? So Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, and that's who so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans descend from. And we are the true biblical descendants. So like we are the true descendants of the biblical Israelites. Right? So don't be ashamed when an oppressor comes and asks you, why do you wear the shield of David? Because they are so afraid to wear the shield of David. So much so that when they are happy to see that you wear it. They're like, oh my God, you wear the Maganda Wada, and you can see the fear in their eye. Why? Because they're not the people that belong in that land. The scripture says that when the children of Israel return back to the homeland, the world's going to rejoice. Just paraphrasing, right? The earth is not rejoicing because the people that are in that land are bastards. And they are speaking a bastard language in that land. And we have language back. So when Christ comes back, right, we're going to go back to our land speaking the language. So the Lashawan Qadash is written from right to left. Everything with the Lord is done on the right-hand side. The oppressor hates the Most High so much that he does everything contrary to the Lord. Everything opposite because he hates the Lord so much. That's why you have English that's written. I have to write this out to teach my people. Right? The oppressor writes from left to right. But because this is a teaching class and you're learning, I have to translate what it says because we're taking back our identity. This is the process of taking back your identity. Just like how the oppressor put us and our native brothers, our indigenous brothers in boarding schools, and every time they spoke their language, they had to get smacked by a ruler or done something, have to pay a punishment for speaking their language. And the oppressor gave us this bastardized English European language, Spanish, right? And we Hispanics, right? We think that Spanish is our language, and we're so proudful about to speak Spanish. But this is the thing: we have a culture, we have that flavor. Even though the oppressor gave us their language, we add flavor to it, because that's that's the spirit the Lord gave us. But we still have to take back our language, because before 1492, we were speaking Hebrew in the Americas, the northern, central, and southern, and also in the islands, the West Islands. We were speaking a dialect of Hebrew. Christopher Columbus knew where to find us because he brought Hebrew speakers to the Americas. He didn't bring Egyptian speakers, whatever that language is, Greek. He didn't bring none of that. He brought Hebrew translators because he knew that the people that were in the Americas were Hebrews. And that's who we are: Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Right? And this right here is we have the Assyrian. This is the Assyrian. We came up with this form of Hebrew during the Assyrian captivity. We still pronounce it the same. That's Allah, Asha, Awa, Ana, Akwa, Ada, and Asha. We're going to go over it once we get the alphabet. Same thing. Allah, Asha, Awa, Ana, Akwa, Ada, and Asha. The only difference is that we keep it in its purest form. The oppressor would add, little dots and what have you. I'm not sure, just adding some bastardized things to the characters. When in the universities they teach that only the consonants, right? These are consonants, right? Is what you need to use, and they add other consonants in there to make vowels. There is no vowels in the ancient Hebrew, or what they will call today the biblical Hebrew. Right? You will have the oppressor, or even some brothers and sisters who have converted to Judaism, and they will say shalom. They'll say, it's like, I don't even know what this, I just know, anything with a vowel in there. And that's wrong. You want to learn the correct way to speak Hebrew? You tune into our classes, the ISUPK. We have classes throughout the Americas, right? And also we have classes in the overseas, in the UK, right? Jamaica, Tobago. We have classes all over the world. Wherever you find Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that's where we have classes. In the ghettos, in the barrios, in the favelas, right? In the reservations. So when if you was to want to read it in the English, and I was to write it out for you so you could pronounce it, and it would be La Sha Wan Qadash, right? So we have a La, a Sha, and these are called connectors. So think about this as one point. This is another connector, right? And this is the one. That's 2 points. All right. So when it's one, that lets you know that that consonant is pronounced by itself. La, Sha. You have a wa and a la. They're joined together. They're connected now, and it's one. And we have a qua. Right? That's one. Da and a sha. That's two. Right? So la, sha, one, qua, dash. Right? Lashawan Qadash. And it translates to, in the English, Lashan is the root word. Lashawan, when you have a Y in here, that's what turns it into Salakia. What's it called? Let me get this. Salakia. It turns it into an action, right? Turns it into an action because Lashon just means tongue, right? The action of the tongue is to speak language, all right? And Kodash means holy, translates to holy, which means set apart or separate. So this is a language that is separate or set apart from every language that you have in the world. And this language is set apart and is separate unto Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So today, Salaka, we've been, I've been, MIA, but let's get these alphabets. We're gonna start out with the A. Next is the Ba. Aga. Aga. Aha. So like, let me not say aha. So abagada. A. Wa. Za. Ka. Ta. Ya. Ka. Ba. Ma. Na. Sa. Ar. Pa. Taza. Wa. Ra. Sha, Ba. And a Siri. I'll make this a little smaller. Ah, Ba, Ga, Ga, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka. La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Wa, Ra, Sha, Ba. We have the Assyrian characters. So like we have the ancient and the Assyrian characters. We're gonna start off out loud. Ha, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka. So like ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, ta, za, wa, ra, sha, ba. Again in the Assyrian. A, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, ta, za, wa, ra, sha, ba. Now, if you notice, there's double characters in the Assyrian. And I'm going to separate them with the red marker. So we have a ka, ama, ana, pa, taza. These 5 characters in the red underline, if you have a Torah in the Hebrew, which would be in the Assyrian characters. Right? Every time you read a word, you will see the red underlined characters. They're going to be red or written in the beginning or middle of a word. And then you will see these. So like it. Ka, ma, na, pa, to za. Right? These characters in the blue underline are only going to be read or written at the end of a word. That's the difference between the ancient and the Assyrian. There's 22 characters in the ancient. There's 25 characters in the Assyrian. There's 5 double characters: the ka, the ma, the na, the pa, and the za. Again, the red underlined characters are either seen at the beginning or middle of a word. The blue underlined characters are only seen or read at the end of a word. With that, I'm gonna get we're gonna continue. Last time we were still going into everyday words, right, to describe things, or products, seasons, times, body parts, what have you. We're gonna continue. So we're gonna get a new list today. Let's see what I'm doing. A lot of people bear with me. The water for tuning in. And y'all could also drop a like. Hey, shalom to the brother. Drop a like. Also share the class. Do all that. Shalom to the sister. Shalom, sis. Yahweh, so like Yahweh Shemala Tamba Hashem Yahweh Shai. So, let's see. What we're gonna do. So, everyday words. Everyday words. And this is like this: household and common items. All right. So household and common items. Household and common items. So let's see. I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna write the word black. All right. So first word is going to be broom. Broom. And the ancient is ma. Mat. Uh, Ta. Matata. All right. That. Do it like that. Matata. And this is you will say it. Matata. Right, matata. Matata. And the Strongs, so you can look it up. All right, because the reason why we also get the strong is because the oppressor, right, through years of pretending to be God's the people, they had made up their own words, right? So we want to, if we want to trace it back to the original Hebrew, right? So when let's say you go into the Blue Letter Bible, you type in, which is H4292. This word is going to trace back to broom, matata, matata. It's going to trace back, and that's what you want, right? Matata. That's broom. Next word is going to be basket. Basket, saw, which is yeah, I got that saw. Saw, and that's H5536. Next word. Lampstand. Lampstand. And that is Manorah. That is Ma na ra. Ma na Manara. Ra. And that is H 45 H4501. Manara. 4. 4. Blanket. Blanket is Kasaya. Ka Kasaya. Kasaya, that's blanket. It is written Kasaya. And that is 3. Select it. H 3 6 8 2. H 3 8. It's like a 3 6 8 2. Next one. Pod. We have pillow. Pillow. That is car. 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 H3733. We're gonna do 2 sets of household and common items. Because the list is like 12 words. So soap. Soap. And that is Baraya. Ba Ba Baraya. So like it's Ba Baraya. Baraya. That is H1287. Warrior. We'll leave the list up real quick. And then we're going to continue. You have to screenshot it. And then we're going to continue with the next, with the second set of household and common items. Sis, the water for putting up the topic and the Strongs. 7. Yep. God, the water, sis. Right. So you can always go to the Blue Letter Bible and trace these words back. That's what you can do. You can always trace these words back to the Bible. So we're gonna continue. Get the next set. All right, I'm giving you household items. So like a household and common items because you gotta take care of your home. You got your children. You want to raise them up right. You got daughters, and Salakia, you're gonna want a dowry for your daughter. The scripture says, train up a child in the way that they should go. Just paraphrasing, right? So when they're of age, they won't depart from it, right? Also, your sons, right? Have them, give them chores. These children need to have chores. Get them off that tablet, man. That tablet got them with their neck. there's new studies coming up, with the kids having crossed eyes. They got their neck leaning forward. Give them a break from that tablet. Give them a break from TV. Give them some chores, man. So they can be mature. Of course, you want them to be, kids, right? But there's a lot of grown people out there that are acting like kids because they never had chores. They never had discipline. And these kids need discipline, right? In order to serve, right? To be a good servant, you must have discipline. That's what you need. That's what our kids need. In every black and brown community. Let's go. So we left off at soap. At 7. Doorpost. Doorpost is ma slap za ma za za mazaza mazaza ma za 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 mazaza ma za za. Oh, Salakia. I didn't even go over pronouncing the word Salakia. Usually I go over it again, right? Pronounce the English, the Hebrew, how to pronounce it, and I go over the strong Salakia. Let me focus. That's my fault. And that is H4201. That's doorpost. It's pronounced mazaza. Mazaza. 8. Curtain. Curtain. That is Ya. Yara Ya'ai. Ya. Ra. Ya. Yara Ya'ai. That's H3407. Uriah. Mirror. Lock it. Let me see. Okay. So back in the day, I believe they would use like a bronze mirror. Like they'll shine it up really good, right? Whatever material, whatever metal they had back in the day, like they'll shine even gold, shine it up real good, make it flat and shiny, and you'll have a vision like a reflection, right? Mirror. And that is mirror, and that is Marah. So like it's Marah, Marah. 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 So like it would be like Marah. Marah. Page 4759. Number 10. Key. That is Ma Patak. Ma pa tak. Ma patak. Ma patak. H 4668. Ma patak. Lock. Like, let me see. Ma ma na wo. Mana awal. Mana awal. Mana awal. Ma mana awal. Mana awal. H 4514. H4514. Mana awal. Tablecloth. Like tablecloth, and that's makasa. Makasa. Ma makasa. Makasa. Page. Four, 3, 7, 2. All right, so we're gonna go over these. Let me not skip over that. Makasa. We're gonna continue at number 7. Doorpost. And we have the Assyrian, so like the ancient spelling, the Assyrian, which is the same, just different Assyrian characters, and then it's pronounced Masal, Masasa, Mazaza, H4201, Mazaza, doorpost. Right, that's that little thing that you put on your door so it'll stay open. 8, curtain. That is the ancient Hebrew, the Assyrian, and it's pronounced Ya Ra Ya'ai. Ya Ra Ya'ai. That's curtain. H3407. Mirror. Which be like a vision, right? Ancient Hebrew, Assyrian, and then it's pronounced Marah. Marah. So like Marah. H4759. Key. Ancient spelling, Assyrian. Ma-pa-thak. Ma-pa-thak. H4668. Lock. Ancient Hebrew, Assyrian, pronounced Ma-na-I-wall. Ma-na-wall. H4514. Ma-na-I-wall. 12, tablecloth. Ancient Assyrian, Ma-kasa. H4372. We're going to continue with the next set of household and common items. This time the list is going to go into food and kitchen. Food and kitchen. So let's see, we have same egg. That is ba ya tza. Ba ya tza. Ba ya ba ya tza. Ba ya ba ya tza. That's A. H 1000. Yachts out. That's A. Cheese. And that is Gapayana. 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 Kapayana. 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 H1379. Kapayana. Next word, fruit. And that is Parya. Parya. H6529. Parya. 4. We have vegetable. That's Yarak. 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 H3419. Yarak, vegetable. 5, meat. Tarak, 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 meat, meat. Two, 9, 6, 4. Grain. Grain is Dagan. Dagan. Grain. H1715. God. Let's get these back. That's a, and I will have to look these words up. The sister says she's in the kitchen. It's a lie. I'm gonna have to. So y'all could. This is what I'm gonna do. So y'all could keep tuning in. I already did soap. Soap is on the sister pack posted it right there. Soap and is one of these strongs. A lot. I can give you the strongs for the soap. Let me get that for you. For soap, it is Bawarya. Bawarya. All right. Bawarya. And that's soap H1287. Pots, dishes, utensils, napkins. God. We'll see. We'll see if those words exist in the. It probably won't be like napkin. It'll be like a handkerchief or something like that, right? A rag or something like that. But I'll look into those next week. If y'all stay tuned, if I find those words with the Strongs, I'll present them in class. So I'll go back and check the any words that I don't have on my list. I'll look them up. All right. So this is the list of food and kitchen. Let me see if I have some of those on my continuation, because this is the first of the list, right? So, okay, so there is some utensils, but it's not the word utensil. I know in the previous class I have brought out fork. Fork, I do recall that. I'm about to go back into my notes. Maybe if I find it in my notes right now, right? So we have spoon, knife. So stay tuned. I got that. Let me see if I can find fork. I know I had it in my somewhere my list. Let's see. I recall writing it down in the past, right? Cup, plate. I could show y'all that. Um, where would it be? I could be wrong. Maybe it was fork. Maybe it was floor. It's locked it. But either way, I will have to go into my notes and get it, right? I can show other ones. Let me see. No sweat. I don't want to hold the class up, but I would show cup. So you're talking about like utensils, right? Cup, plate, pot, oven. I know was pot in there. Pot. I think pot was in there. Yeah, pot. Yeah, I'll put that down. Let's put this down right now. Pot. Pot is selected. Sa Sayar. Sa Sayar. That's pot. Sayar. H5518. Sayar. Pot. All right, and then I'll get the other ones as I continue the list. So again, food and kitchen. All right, so we have some foods, and then we're gonna go into some kitchen words as well. So egg. We have the ancient, the Assyrian. It is pronounced Bayataza. Right now, if you want to make it plural to say eggs, Bayatazayam. Bayatazayam. That is eggs. All right, H1000. Cheese. We have the ancient, the Assyrian consonants spelling, right? And it's always from right to left. And it is pronounced Gabayana. Gabayana. And if you want to, Gabayana. H1379. Fruit It is Pa, like a Parya, ancient Assyrian Parya. If you want to say fruits, it'll be Paryum, H6529. Vegetable. Vegetable is Yarak. Yarak. Both in the ancient and the Assyrian, Yarak. If you want to say vegetables, right? Make it plural. It's Yarak. Vegetable. Want to make it plural? You add possessive, which would be the yum. Yarak yum. Yarak yum. That's vegetables. The root word yarak, which is vegetable, H3419. Meat. It is tarak. Tarak. Ancient Assyrian, pronounced tarak. Again, if you want to make it plural, right, you have, maybe you're making a pizza or stew, and you're adding chicken and beef, or different meats, right? More than one, plural, meats, tarapyum. Tarapyum. That's plural. Root word, H2964. Meat. Grain. In the Hebrew, in the ancient, in the Assyrian, gun. It's like a gun. The gun. Right? If you want to make it plural, grains, more than one type of grain, right? You will say the gunyum. The gunyum. So it's a singular, make it plural, the gunyum. H1715 is the root word. Pots. Sayar. Ancient Assyrian sayar. You want to say pots, more than one. Plural. Sayar yum. Sayar yum. That's pots. All right, so let me leave it up real quick, and then we'll get the next set. All right, so we're going to continue the list. See what's coming up there. Okay. All right, so cup is part of the kitchen. All right, so the cup, and that is kawas. 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 Cup. H3563. I'm gonna try to speed this next list just to get more in. Well, you know what? Just, we're probably there, so I'll be the last. Plate. Plate. Taza la kha. Taza la kha. Taza la kha. That's plate. Y'all heard right now. Taza la kha. Six 47. We have oven. That's ba na war. Ba ba na war. Oh, right. Ba na war. Oven. Boom. All right. Let's continue. This is gonna be flour. That's qua mak. Qua mak. Hamak, flour. $8.70 5-8. Like I'm not sure if I set the Strongs for oven. Find the War H8574. Flour or mock H7058. 12. Honeycomb. Okay, Salaka. I mean, no. I didn't name Salaka. There is a honey. Let me see. Honey.
There's the honey.
$17.06. Okay, so we're gonna do honey, not honeycomb. Honey. Honey is the Bosch.
The box. Honeycomb.
The Bosch. That's honey. H1706. The Bosch. Honey. Let me go back. Next word. Spoon. That's cop. Cop. It's like is it papa? It's papa. Cop, yeah, cop, yeah, cop, cop. Cop. H3709. H3709. Cop. Knife. Knife is Karab. Karab. Rob. H2719. Rob. Bo. Kala. Kala. Bo. One, 5, 4, 3. All right, so I'm gonna get these words. Chair. This is so simple. Chair. Let me see. Spoon's already on there. Knife. Knife's on there. Chair. I did have chair. Let me see. Let me look that up on my notes real quick. I know I have chair somewhere here. God. So chair. All right. Chair or seat, which is H3678. 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 It's more so like a throne, or it's not like a. Let me see. Chair. Yeah, so chair. Sa. Kasa. Kasa. That's chair. So much. Sa. That would be kasa. And that is H 3678. All right, sa. Let me see. Kasa. All right, so we're just going to go over the list. This is the second part of the list for food and kitchen. Cup. We have the ancient, we have the Assyrian spelling characters, right? And it is pronounced kawas. Now, if you want to say cups, right, you add the possessive, which is the yum. You say kawas yum, cups. Hey, hand me the kawas yum, or hand me a kawas, right? You know, just to start to use the word and implement it into your everyday, right? In the UPK, that's one thing that we do. If I hit up a brother, or even if I see a brother, I'm like, you tawab, right? And that's how we start to put these words into practice, right? You tawab, all right? If I'm sipping, and I say, hand me the kawas. Right now, you're gonna know, hand me the cup, right? Hand me the kawas. That's the cup. H3563. Plate. Right? The plate, we have the ancient Assyrian, it is Tazalaka. Tazalaka. Want to say smells good. Let me get a plate of that. Like, let me get Tazalaka of that. Right? Let me get a Tazalaka. Let me get a plate. H6747. Oven. And the ancient and the Assyrian, from right to left, ta, na, war. Tha, so like a tha, na, war. Tha, na, war. H8574. Now we'll say, what's in the Thana war? What's in the Thana war? All right, what's in the oven? Flour. In the both the ancient and the Assyrian, kwa ma, so like a kwa mak, kwa mak, kwa mak, kwa mak. H7058. Honey. Honey, it is the bosh. The bosh is honey. The bosh. H1706. Spoon is cop. Cop. H3, so like 709. Knife. Right? There's a lot of brothers in the school with this name. All right, because they're sharp, they'll cut you. All right, there's a lot of meanings to the brothers' names, right? But knife, right? Karab. This is a so like this is a sword, a meaning sword, but you can say it's a knife, right? Karab. H2719. Karab. Now we have bowl, right? A plate is flat. A bowl, right? Hold like so you use a plate for like proteins, right? And you bowl for like soups. So bowl, that is ancient and Assyrian, Gala, Gala, pronounced Gala, H1543. Chair. This chair is more so I'll say like when you look it up. Right, let me look it up. Let me see if we can use it. Chair. Okay, yeah, God. Yeah, so you can use it as a seat, as a stool, right? Because the stool is also like a chair, but it's like it sits you up high at a that's word of that. Also, like if you sit on the throne, right? This is the same word you can use for that. So salaki. Depending on the context, it's still the same. But chair in the ancient and Assyrian, it is pronounced kasa. Kasa. H3678. All right, this is the list for food in kitchen. I already gave you the first part. This is the second part. With that, I'm gonna get the security announcements. I'm gonna say Kawada for tuning in. Let me So these are the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for no brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry, tied, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, so 21, Ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to treasury department or teacher, priest fund, free will offering for the priest, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation, we'll keep you postponed to the dates, right? Which is the next one, Salakia. Got it right here. It is the Feast of Dedication, which is a Sunday, December 14th. Come. If any brother, so like a trooper in the school to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pant, headband, war scarf. With that, I'm gonna send one shout out to the brothers. Shalom, Yahba Shem Yahushua Barakatom. Shout out to the sisters. Shalom, Yahweh Shamar Alatan by Shem Yahushua. With that, the water class dismissed.